Enjoy the evening.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes, thank you very much. The Bank of India is a great man. Bank of India is the largest bank. The other one is the Indian government owns it. Bank of India is the
I'd like to welcome all of you here to the 17th Finance, Banking and Insurance Magazine launch event. Asian Voice and Gujarat Samachar, Asian business publications, have been serving the Asian community for over 45 years. They have a strong paid subscription and a large base of over 25,000 readers, with over 5,000 being sold at various outlets every week. The FBI, and I would like you to not confuse that with the other FBI. I hope none of you have told your friend you're coming to an FBI event. They may not expect you home tonight. The FBI has a unique distinction of being the only recognized finance, banking and insurance publication tailored to meet the needs of the Asian community. This special FBI issue covers a range of financial products and services. Now I'd like to begin the event by inviting a guest who many of you know very well, who's been serving the community for many years. So if I could please ask you to open your hands and give a warm welcome to the Right Honourable Mr. Keith Vaz.
Thank you very much for that very kind introduction. Welcome again to the House of Commons, to a special occasion organised by Gujarat Samachar Asian Voice. Let me declare my interest, as I am a columnist for this newspaper. And like all Gujarati businesses, I am paid nothing. So we have been able to enjoy the success of the legend that is C.B. Patel, celebrating over 45 years in publishing. Yes, clap. When I first stood for Parliament 35 years ago, the first newspaper to support me was this newspaper. And 35 years later, the only newspaper that still supports me is this newspaper. But really, the legend of C.B. Patel is that he has got a huge heart, an open heart. He is the heart of our community, and his newspapers reach so many thousands of people all over Britain and all over the world. And we owe him a huge debt of gratitude. I also want to thank George, who is here today, the managing editor of the newspaper, because since he took over, he has made sure that he's brought in different people into these events and these functions. That is why the FBI and the Property Journal that you all produce, and so many other individual newspaper supplements have been able to progress. And I want to thank George for the amazing amount of work that he does and being available to the community at all times. George, everybody. But which other Asian community event can bring together not just politicians, but also those in local government, those in the community, and those in other journals? It's great to see here the Times of India represented, the leader of the London Borough of Brent, Mohammed Butt. Round of applause for Mohammed Butt. So anybody who needs a council house here or planning permission, please speak to Mohammed Butt before he goes out. Let me just say, when I first got into politics, people used to laugh at the London Borough of Brent. Today, they have enormous respect for it because of the work that Mohammed Butt has done. A community. One of your constituents, I think. Not just for local people, but for the image of Brent. It was Mohammed Butt who welcomed the President of France to Wembley. Can you imagine? Yes, to Wembley. You'd think they'd only go to Mayfair, these heads of state, but he went to Wembley, not to shop on the Ealing Road, but to open the Lycée Français in the Old Town Hall at Brent. And if you go past the London Borough of Brent, you go to Wembley, and you look at the property prices in Wembley, as I'm sure you all do as you drive past, you'll see the success. Thank you, Mohammed, for all you've done. We have people like Mina Davani here from East Africa who work so hard in the community, using every means at her disposal to pass on information. She is the queen of WhatsApp. She's got more groups attached to her telephone than the Beatles. And she is a credit to our community and a credit to the women in our community. So thank you, Mina, for all that you do. And we also have others here. I can't mention all of them, all who play a part in making this a vibrant, energetic community where politicians now vie to come to our events. And they are always supportive of the things that we do. And I know that you come from different constituencies. Let me just give a plug for Leicester. Is there anyone here from Leicester?
You need a lift?
I needed a lift. I will have to catch the 9 o'clock train at St Pancras using my special elderly person's card, because I'm now 60. But I am so delighted that you have here today as your guest of honour, who will be introduced later, I know, but can I just say this about Michael Ellis? From the moment Michael Ellis was elected to the House of Commons 7 years ago, he has had the Asian community in Northampton with him. It has been in his heart. And I have been to his constituency where we have launched various initiatives to create new temples and to support the local community. He loves and cares for the community. I have, 40,000 people of Asian origin in Leicester East. He has probably about 3,000 in Northampton. But he really does care for them. And since he came here, he served with me on the Home Affairs Select Committee, asking those piercing questions, trying to steal the limelight from me, getting on the 10 o'clock news before me, but he was promoted at the last election by Prime Minister Theresa May, who he served as the Parliamentary Private Secretary to the Prime Minister, and now he is the Deputy Leader of the House of Commons, and a minister who is going to make a huge impact, not just in his current job, but his future jobs, of which there will be many. And we salute him, we thank him, we know he is a rising star of the Conservative government, and for him to come and join us here today is a special honour for the FBI. I know you've had cabinet ministers and other ministers in the past, but it's great to have Michael here because most MPs have left Westminster. They are thoroughly exhausted after the general election campaign and they've gone back. But Michael stayed behind just to be with us in the church room, and I think that's great. So let me say this finally. We have moved beyond issues of visas. Though it's great to see VFS here today, who can issue our visas if we want them. We have moved from talking about just immigration policy. We are a mainstream community, a serious community, who've worked hard to make sure that our children are successful in the future. My two kids, Luke and Anjali, love to hear about their culture and their heritage. Of course they are first generation British. They want to play a full and equal part in our country. But they also want to hear about our heritage. And that is why the newspaper is so important. So thank you for being here. You have lots of things to do, I'm sure, on a Thursday evening. Thank you for coming, and I hope you have a very, very enjoyable evening. Thank you.
I'd next like to invite somebody who's a stalwart of the community, who has been here right from the beginning. Just earlier we were having a conversation, and his pure entrepreneurship, even at his age, he's thinking of new ideas for new projects. He was telling me about how he's so interested about everybody's background and how he'd like to compile that into a story one day. And so I'd like you to share some of your stories, so please give a very big hand to C.B. Patel, Chairman, Asian Business Publications, Editor, Publisher, Asian Voice, Gujarat Samachar Weeklies.
Mr. Richard, Right Governor, King Fawad and so many of you. First of all, I'm most grateful on behalf of George and all APPL. All of you come every year, you come. And we don't bribe with a good vegetarian lunch. You come because there is a message here. This young man, and I know you enough, in 7 years' time, if you can become deputy leader, and right, it is not very common, am I right, kid?
Not common.
I mean, he's like us. He's third generation, fourth generation who came to India, if I may mention about. This is a fantastic country. And we all can learn from our Jewish friends in many walks of life. Am I right? You have this background? And nothing wrong about the minority and minority. They're small in numbers, but great in Kalim. So I'm glad you are here, and so many other people are here. Why Kaushik Desai was trying to stand up now? Because every year he comes here. His sole mission is to count the hairstyle of Siti Patel. How many hairs I miss or lose every year. I lose some hair. I'm only 81 years old. No, sorry, I'm 80 years old, I'm running 81. So I'm not very old. I told one clergyman from Rome, but the gentleman?
He's gone now. He's good. He's gone now.
He was here, and I said, I'm going to be here till 9th April 2014.
Yeah.
I don't want to come here only for but why? We have a mission. Subhash Chandra wrote me a small note that 17 years ago people like you came, and most of you are young people. There is nobody here, I think, who is 81 or more, except one or two who are young, but they feel like being old. But many of them become tycoons. So what George and others are doing for FBI, I don't know so much about myself because in the paper I wrote a column, but read this magazine, which we are going to read it very soon. I'm grateful to all the contributors. I've read all the articles. There's a variety of subjects, and finance, banking, and insurance, money is at the center of the whole civilization. How you earn the money is a question, important question. But Chanakya said that Dharvasya Mulakarta. The foundation of civilization is wealth creation and also wealth utilization. What I wrote in my column is that what we can learn from our Jewish brothers is not only to make money, but the philanthropy. Nobody can spend more money than the Jewish people. They are only about 250,000 to 300,000. I'll say something more. I believe that this country, why we selected Churchill for? Normally we have another one. Do you know why we selected? This country is going through challenging circumstances. That is where Churchill, you can see here. And everybody starting the name with C. Churchill or CD. I put him in Chandrakant, so I put something. But with this photo, before you was look at this picture, this is how a part of this Mother of Parliament was in 1945. It was destroyed in the World War II, bombing by the Germans. This country rose like phoenix. I believe that whatever challenging circumstances, and you have a bigger problem than myself, but we shall overcome. I think the main mission for me today is that whatever you did in the Evening Standard today and the papers tomorrow and all the crises are there, but there is something unique about British resilience. Not more than 70 years ago, they were only alone in the world. Everybody almost wrote them off. But there is something. So I'm glad you have come. I genuinely feel that it is for us. And for next 30 odd years I am committed. You as long as you support it. Bank of Baroda, I also want to keep on supporting them. Mr. Trivedi, come here please. This is a, come on stage, because I want people to know that we both belong to same place, Bank of Baroda. I am also from Baroda. Sir, you may not know that the Bank of Baroda is the largest bank from India. Because other bank is larger, because State Bank of India, it was called Imperial Bank. It was started by the empire. But Bank of Baroda was started by 8 people from my town called Baroda, with the blessing of Maharaja in 1908, just 29 years before I was born. I opened the account in Bank of Baroda in 1954, sir.
Before I was born.
They are the oldest Indian bank in the London city. And not only because you support, but this guy told me only on Monday, he is one of the few bankers who likes to retire and go to India and look after his parents. Normally people when they retire, and like a retraining of retire, they want to stay here. So thank you very much, not only as a banker and supporting us as a sponsor, but as a human being. I know many people. I wish I know as many people as you who serve the community and serve the parents. So thank you very much. Enjoy yourself. Have I said enough words for my few biscuits you gave me? Including one thing. Whatever you are, man, woman, young girl, qualified, not qualified. This young man, come on the front, come. What's your name, sir? Yes.
My name?
Yes. What's your name?
Kiran.
And how do you spell your name? K-I-R-N. What is the meaning of Kiran? And what is your profession? Accountant.
Boring accountant.
No, not boring. What I like about him, because of his wife, he's so nice here. Much better human being. Kiran is doing so much wonderful practice. He was in New Bond Street or Bond Street. Not in happening like I am in Hoxton. But what you are doing for community causes and so many causes and charity. And look at, he's also not more than 45 years age. Maybe a bit more. But you do so much for community and there are so many of you. So please enjoy yourself. If I may say so, 3 things. Work hard. Don't be tired. Keith was poor fellow. He talked about his election campaign. Actually, whenever I supported, first time he lost the election. In 81 election, I put Keith on the front page. Where is Keith? Poor fellow lost the election. Am I right, Keith? You are. Next year, I support him for European election. Again, he lost. But third time, I was lucky. I must tell you something very important. Keith is the longest serving ethnic minority member of the House of Commons. Absolutely. There was a picture in Western Voice. When Keith became member of Parliament, there were 3 other fellows. One of the ladies survives, Diana. Bernie Grant expired, Paul Botak has retired. Keith, you have today about 58 members in the House of Lords and Commons. Come for a minute, please. I know, okay. No. Keith actually this is. So, in 85, Keith was selected And I was also Labour Party active. Now I don't belong to any party. But my sins, I was a member of Labour Party. Between 1968 and 1975, I was treasurer of Brent North Labour Party. And then I realized that Harold Wilson was brilliant, but also with the aji-baji going on. So I came after the European referendum. But Keith has made this place open for us. Before Keith became Prime Minister to come to House of Commons, at the most you can come and stand and look at the picture of Jahangir or somebody giving grant to Sir Thomas Manor. Keith, we are grateful to you. You have big dreams. So some of you are youngest and the girls especially. If you are Indian especially, you want more and more MPs. You want more and more ministers. You want more and more decision makers. This Richard Ellis, when he introduced, I want them to know how to follow your line. Yesterday I was to the board of deputies event. In 77 we started a campaign and I have got no regrets. In 77, with the help of Tutu Karadia and Robert Govinda and Ravi Jagannath, we prepared a memorandum. When Morarji Desai Prime Minister came here, and I myself submitted that India should have full diplomatic relations with Israel, state of Israel. Some countries have only trade mission in Mumbai. Some people in the media also attacked me. I got many. Modi went to Israel last week. There was a word of complaint from any major. Look at my calls. So you have to tell us how to be part of this country, retain your Jewishness, help the state of Israel and still thrive and make this country great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to invite our sponsor for this event onto the stage. This is the 17th event of this time, and we'd like to invite the Banking, Finance and Insurance event sponsor, Mr. Dhiman Trivedi, Chief Executive, Bank of Baroda, to come and say a few words. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Well, the Asian Voice and Gujarat Samachar are 45 years old in UK, and Bank of Baroda is just completing 60 years in UK. So we are a bit older than Asian Voice. But I envy CB. The popularity and the love and affection which he has got from the entire community in UK, we are still craving for it. So CB, you can give us some guru mantra as to how to make the bank as popular, as wanted as you are and as your publications are. And that is one of the prime reasons why we are supporting CB in all its endeavors for these last few years. I first met CB Patel in 1994 when I came to UK. And though Mr. Vaz may not remember, in 1995, he took me to a grand tour of the Parliament House. And also I was fortunate to see the open session of Parliament in House of Commons. So thank you Vaz for that. I will remember it always. As I mentioned, Bank of Baroda has completed 60 years in this country. And now we are on the threshold of a new innings, I will call, since we are going to establish a local bank in UK, which will not be, it will be owned by the Indian bank, but it will be exclusively a UK bank registered in UK very soon. And I am sure that the support which we have garnered over these last 60 years will be continued with the patronage of all you people, of all our community as well as the local people here. We wish to expand, we wish to serve the local community, just as the Asian Voice and Gujarat Samachar does indeed. We do it in a financial world. We give all type of loans, be it housing mortgages, buy-to-let, housing development finance, SMEs, small business, large corporate syndicates, foreign exchange, you name it and everything is there under a basket. And we will continue to do that. At the same time, we offer more attractive rates of interest than what the local bank offers. So your money is also safe with us. So you can always bank upon us as your bank. Lastly, I will thank CB for giving us the opportunity to be associated with this very exclusive newspaper and permanent publication. The FBI magazine is being published every year since last 17 years, and it is a great, I will say, encyclopedia of various activities which are going in the FBI or the financial world, which can be taken very seriously and is also very useful. Thank you very much. I wish all the best to Mr. CB and his organization. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to invite on stage our guest of honour here today. The Right Honourable Michael Tyrone Ellis is a Conservative Party politician in the UK. He's been the Member of Parliament for the Northampton North constituency since May 2010. Michael Ellis was appointed the Deputy Leader of the House of Commons in July 2016. He's also the Assistant Whip at Her Majesty's Treasury. If I could ask you to come forward, and I could ask the Panchalat to also come forward, and we can go on to our guest.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Well, thank you very much indeed for that very kind introduction. And can I take the opportunity to say thank you to Mr. C.B. Patel. In fact, all of us should say thank you to Mr. C.B. Patel for not only this evening, and not only for his publications, which I know are extremely influential throughout this country, but also for the work that he does for the community as a whole. Because Mr. C.B. Patel is a pioneer. He is an entrepreneur. He is an international figure. I certainly know many who have spoken very warmly and respectfully about Mr. Patel, not only in the Asian community, of course, but throughout this country. And so I'd like to thank him for the work that he does for the Asian community, but also for our whole community in this country. Because it's pioneers like Mr. Patel that actually help make this country great. Now, I know that his publication, this Asian publication, famous publication, now 45 years in existence, is going strong, despite the fact that Mr. Vaz is in it quite regularly. In fact, I know that Keith did complain about the publication recently. He had only been appearing in it every other week. And I think that, in fact, the more that Keith is in, I'm sure the more copies are sold. You see, they can be put to all sorts of uses. But but the reality is that, talking of institutions, Keith is an institution all of himself. Yeah. And a round of applause for Keith, because he is a leader himself here. I may be called the deputy leader, but actually Keith is a leader here in the House of Commons for many members of Parliament across the political divide who come to Keith for advice, for guidance of his experience and his expertise in all matters political. He's quite an operator. So thank you to Keith for all that he does for the Asian community and beyond. And I know that his constituents, who keep re-electing him, have that option. They are very grateful for the work that he does. So it's a great honour to, of course, be the Deputy Leader here in the House of Commons. The work that I do is to support the government in its legislative agenda, to try and ensure that the legislative agenda that we have as a government is ready, it's fit and in a condition for the House of Commons and the scrutiny that it gets there, and also to act as a sort of a support to members of Parliament across the political divide. And it's instructive to know that, as well as the two pioneers that I've mentioned in CB and also in Keith, you also here are pioneers. To be here this evening, you're leaders in your community. Mr. Butt from Brent, welcome. Welcome to all of you who represent your different communities in different ways, whether it be in business, whether it be in finance, whether it be in insurance. That FBI is important. Because the reality is that we need you as pioneers in your community, and your altruism, your support for the community as a whole is something that we acknowledge and we respect, and we thank you for that. It's a great honour to be garlanded here and to be your guest here for this evening. Thank you for that. Thank you for everything that you do, and I wish you all the very best. Keith will be here in another 45 years. Thank you very much.
I'd now like to invite back on the stage Right Honourable Keith Baz, Right Honourable Michael Ellis, MP, Mr. Dimant Trivedi from Bank of Baroda, and also Stephen Patel for the launch of the magazine. Please invite you back. Actually, if we could have a place at the front of the stage. Thank you.
May I request Mr. Sanjay Agarwal also?
There is no bomb, it is just a maggot. Why they make it so tight?
Okay. That's it.
I'm sure we all agree that British agents have done exceptionally well, especially in areas of business such as retail, wholesale, pharmacy, hospitality, and they're not far away in the financial sector too. This year we've decided to recognise a few organisations from the Asian community who are in the financial sectors, and also non-Asian organisations that are providing the community with their unique services. Can I please request back Michael Ellis, MP, on stage to give these awards. Thank you. The first category for this year is a Forex company. Starting out in 2005 with just a laptop and $3,000, the founders felt that this was a much better and cheaper way for people and businesses to transfer money overseas instead of going through a bank. Till now, they have transferred over $10 billion without any borrowing or external investment, and they are one of Europe's largest key international payment providers. The founders of this organisation are Mr. Rajesh Agarwal and Mr. Parish Davdra. Can I please request Parish, founder and CEO of Rational FX, to come forward and collect the award.
Thanks very much. Can we do it on the stage? Thank you.
Well done. Congratulations.
I've never really done many speeches, but very humbled and honoured to receive this award on behalf of Rational FX. It's been an amazing journey, and we've worked with obviously George and Stephen Patel and everyone at Asian Voice for a number of years, and very grateful for this. Thank you.
The next award for this evening is for Mortgage Broker of the Year. As a well-renowned independent mortgage broker with over 25 years' experience, his passion, knowledge and enthusiasm for mortgages, added to his desire for customer service and satisfaction, is valued by countless clients who come to him. His numerous achievements in the industry include Mortgage Champion of the Year, 2 years in a row, Diamond Award with the Network Mortgage Power, also receiving Best Mortgage Awards in prestigious carriages by the Mortgage Times. He helps and supports local causes, including being the past president and ongoing supporter of the Lions Club, the current patron of the Hare Krishna Temple and the Lohala community. He is the provider of Major Estates Financial Services and his estate agency, Major Estates Sales and Lettings business. May I now call upon the stage Mr. Dinesh Sonachandra to please come forward and collect his award.
If anyone needs a mortgage, please come in. I'm honored to receive this award. I'd like to thank CB and George and everybody at Gujarat Samachar and Shield. I've been reading that magazine for the last 20 years and it's really inspired me. Thank you very much, everyone.
Our third and next award is for Financial Institution of the Year. Since April 2005, this company has grown from a small local retail financial services company into a strong firm and has risen into the Financial Times top 100 UK financial advisors for 3 consecutive years. Their services include providing bespoke wealth management and financial advice to both national and international clientele. They work with a wide range of individuals, companies and charities and pension funds with onshore and offshore trusts, and have built up a genuine expertise in the use of offshore wrappers as well as other investment structures, which I'm sure that all of you will need once you've done so well financially. Can I request the winner of this award, Managing Director Freddie David and Kishan Devani of HBFS Financial Services to come forward and collect their award. Yes, I do. I do. Take a picture. I know. Yes, that's your wife. Yeah.
I'd just like to say thank you very much to George from Asian Voices and CB Patel for the support that they have given us. We have tried, myself and Kishan, for the last 4 years to educate the Indian community in what the Jewish community are about 20 years ahead in terms of finance and trust. And I've been taken to Uganda, to India, and Kishan's doing a very good job. So I dedicate this to Kishan. And you'll see his articles in the Asian Voice over the next year. And it's a privilege for all that we do for the Hindu community. We have a fantastic community, and hopefully we can help you prosper and continue to preserve your wealth. Thank you.
We've now come to the end of the formal part of our evening, and we'd like to express a few words of appreciation and gratitude. Firstly, I would like to thank our chief guest tonight, Michael Ellis MP, for taking out time from his very busy schedule to be with us. And also, I'd like to thank the Right Honourable Keith Bass, who has led support to us for over 17 years at the FBI event. We are indeed grateful to him. It has been a great honour to host this year's event in association with one of the largest Indian banks, Bank of Baroda, and also to HBFS Financial Services. A big thank you to all of you, our esteemed guests, for being a part of this great occasion. I've got my copy here, so I'm dying to read it. I cannot wait even a minute. I suggest everyone else gets a copy too. Don't wait to read it, but before you do read it, please, the bar is still open. This night here is for networking. Get to meet as many people as you can and move on to greater and stronger success. And I hope to see you all here again next year. Thank you to Asian Voice.